13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
Well, good Friday morning, Central Georgia. It is cold to say the least. I'll walk you through your full winter forecast coming up.
Changes coming to quarantine and contact tracing policies for Georgia schools. What the governor and public health commissioner announced how it could affect classrooms here in Central Georgia. Plus, stolen car crashes into a Macon fire station. Now 7 kids face charges. What deputies say happened before that crash? The man reported his SUV stolen. Well, good morning. You are looking live over the city of Macon. It is 6:32, or coming up on 6:32 on this Friday, January the 7th. I'm Raymond Tubb in for Wanye and Caitlin. We're giving them a nice little 3-day weekend to rest up. They're going to be back here with you next week. But right now, let's check in with Taylor. And Taylor Stephenson, it was nice and kind of balmy last night when I was going to bed. I woke up this morning and got smacked in the face.
Yeah, me too. I was like, should I turn around back in my house? What am I going to do? But I decided to come to work because that is a morally and ethically good thing to do, right? Anyways, just joking. Temperatures right now are super cold. You're going to feel it when you walk out the door. Make sure that you turn on your car, give it some time to really warm up because temperatures are in the 30s, but it feels more like the upper 20s here in Macon. So a very cold morning and even colder with the wind. Right now across the area, the actual air temperatures somewhere in the 30s and 40s. 31 in Monticello, 35 in Warner Robins, 37 in Unadilla, 37 in Cordele, 33 in Butler, right at freezing in Thomaston. But once you pair it with these winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour across the area, you get wind chills somewhere in the 20s, feeling more like 26 in Thomaston, 29 in Macon, 29 in Gordon, 27 in Eatonton, 28 there in Warner Robins. So pack the coat, wear the coat, bundle up the kids because it will be a cold day, and a cool day at that. Temperatures will only rise into the upper 40s. I'll have more in your full forecast coming up.
Well, Georgia loosens its coronavirus protocols in schools. The number of kids going to the hospital for COVID-19 is on the rise. And new sites are coming to Macon for testing. Let's catch you up on 3 virus-related stories that we are following for you this morning. The state eased its COVID-19 quarantine and contact tracing requirements for schools. As Governor Brian Kemp urges superintendents to keep those students going to class in person. Yesterday, the governor and public health commissioner, Dr. Kathleen Toomey, said that school employees no longer have to quarantine after they're exposed to the virus. That's as long as they wear a mask and they don't develop any symptoms. They also say that contact tracing in schools is now optional. That means schools may no longer have to notify other students or employees that are exposed to people who are sick with COVID-19. Well, the virus is taking a toll on kids as pediatric hospitalizations are rising across the country. That includes right here in Central Georgia. The State Department of Public Health says that the Georgia kid hospitalization numbers spiked on New Year's Day. In Central Georgia, doctors at Beverly Knight Olson Children's Hospital say they are seeing more symptomatic cases coming in and more infants and teens that have to stay to get treatment. Atrium Health Navicent spokesperson didn't provide any specific COVID-19 pediatric case or hospitalization numbers. However, the hospital pediatrician there says that they are seeing an increase. Right now, though, it's not near the level that they saw back in August. Well, Central Georgia continues battling the virus. If you live around Macon, you're now going to have more options to figure out if you actually have COVID-19. Bibb County Communications says that today, Macon and Heritage Pharma Group are announcing 2 new free sites for drive-up testing. It's going to include both the PCR and the rapid test. Mayor Lester Miller says that it's another chance to make sure that people have access to the services that they need and to learn their status and take proper precautions. That announcement is going to happen at the Government Center at 10:30 this morning. You can catch it on the county's Facebook page. Well, 7 kids now face charges after crashing a stolen car into a Macon fire station. Bibb County Sheriff's Office says that this past Saturday night, a man reported his SUV got stolen from a home over on Dalton Street. He told deputies he left his SUV running in the driveway when a teen jumped into the car with several other kids and drove away. About 3 a.m. Sunday, deputies saw that SUV at McDonald's on Rocky Creek Road. After the vehicle sped away, they chased it, but the driver lost control and crashed into the Bloomfield Road fire station. Kids in the SUV ranged in age from 11 to 15 years old. All 7 ended up going to the hospital. 2 are still getting treatment there. Well, the sheriff's office says that the driver, who they believe was 13 years old, faces a number of charges, including theft by taking an auto. Investigators are going to charge the passengers as a party to the crime. Well, right now, a mother and daughter are dead after a double shooting in Vidalia. Our CBS affiliate in Savannah says that the Vidalia police chief confirmed last night for them that the mom, who had been injured in the case originally, had died. GBI says just before 1 yesterday afternoon, police got a call to a home for a domestic argument. As they drove to the house, a second 911 call came in about a shooting at the same address. Officers found 2 women shot there, 42-year-old Pamela Harden and her daughter, 24-year-old LaTori Harden. LaTori had already died, and medics took her mom to the hospital, but she also died there later. Investigators continue looking for the person who's responsible. The GBI says that someone saw the shooter leaving that house in a blue Nissan Rogue. It's a 2021 model. It had a broken out window, but they do also have a plate number for you. It is RRX 1184. If you've got any information on it, you can call the GBI or Vidalia police. Well, in other news from across Georgia, the 3 men convicted of murdering Ahmaud Arbery are going to find out their prison sentence today. Last month, the judge signed an order setting that sentencing hearing for today. This past November, a jury convicted Travis McMichael on all 9 counts, including malice murder. They found his father, Gregory, guilty on 8 counts. And then a friend of theirs, William Roddy Bryan, was guilty on 6 counts in the February 2020 killing of Arbery. Malice and felony murder convictions both carry a minimum penalty of life in prison in Georgia. The judge is going to decide whether that comes with or without the possibility of parole for the 3 men.
All the times we laughed, all the times we cried, all the times I listened to him, and all the things I learned, I realized he had given me such a great gift. Every moment he had, he gave me his time. I could not have asked for anything more.
Family and friends celebrating the life of the late Johnny Isaacson. That was Kevin Isaacson, the son of the former congressman, speaking at his funeral service yesterday. Johnny Isaacson was 76 when he died last month. He served in the U.S. Senate for nearly 15 years. He had had Parkinson's disease for more than half a decade and stepped down from his Senate seat in 2019. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell was among the family and friends and colleagues who spoke at the service in Atlanta yesterday. Well, it's been nearly a year since Braves Hall of Famer Hank Aaron died, and earlier this week, the baseball legend was laid to rest at a permanent gravesite in the historic Southview Cemetery in Atlanta. Since his death, Aaron stayed in a temporary tomb at the cemetery until his final resting place was done. Hall of Famer Dave Winfield tweeted Wednesday about the service and called Aaron a great player, a better person, a personal friend who leaves an unmatched legacy in sports and for our nation. Well, right now it is 6:39, and meteorologist Taylor Stephenson has a look at your forecast, and we talked about it earlier. It just takes your breath away when you walk out, and it was so different yesterday. A shock to the system for sure.
I know, that's just Central Georgia weather, right? We just get those waves of like, oh, it's really warm, and oh, it's super cold today. We're on that super cold day of the roller coaster. We're on a down point. We're going to climb back up very quickly to the top, so I want you to get a full glimpse of the forecast because it's going to be a roller coaster. Right now in Dublin, a very nice morning, but super cold. Right now, 36 degrees in Dublin. Now, the wind chill really isn't playing a factor here, and the reason why is because the winds are so weak out of the northwest. But Dublin just got past this cold front. The cold front is just to its south, so we're going to start seeing more winds as that cold front starts to slide away. Current temperatures around the area somewhere in the 30s and 40s. 31 in Monticello, 36 in Sparta, 35 in San Angelo, 41 in Vidalia, 36 there in Dublin, again 35 in Warner Robins, 33 in Butler, 32 in Thomaston. So cold morning, but paired with the wind, we're seeing wind chill factors and current feels like temperatures somewhere in the mid-20s across mainly the northern half of central Georgia. Feeling more like 26 in Thomaston, feeling more like 24 in Edenton, 29 in Macon, 29 in Gordon for feels like temperatures. So this is all to say, just pack the coat. You're going to need it. Wear long sleeves. You're going to need it. Wear long socks. You're going to need it. And bundle up those kids as you're taking them to school. Right now, a 24-hour temperature change is showing you the magnitude of this cold front. There in Jackson, they're about 24 degrees from where they were this time yesterday. Here in Macon, not a big difference just yet, but that cold air will start to filter in more and more throughout the day. Now for today, for the people who are going back to school, we have temperatures in the 30s for the morning, so you may want to take those kids from the bus stop and drop them off in front of the school doors yourself because you don't want them to be weighing out in the cold. 34, but feeling more like the mid-20s for the morning. We're going to have a very chilly day, temperature somewhere in the mid-40s for recess, and then we're not going to climb much more than that as we head home. Only somewhere in the upper 40s for the forecasted highs here in Macon and Warner Robins. So again, a very chilly day, but at least there'll be plenty of sunshine. 40s north of Macon and then 50s somewhere south of Macon, but still very, very cool. As we head into the weekend, this is where we ride that roller coaster, right? We have temperature somewhere in the 50s as we head towards your Saturday. Very average, very sunny and cool, so enjoy your day. But heading into Sunday, that's when we climb somewhere near the 70s ahead of a cold front, and then we have showers coming behind that. Now, here's the timing of the cold front and the rain associated with that. As we head into Sunday afternoon, it really starts to eye us down, really more rain concentrated towards Atlanta than Macon. But then as we head into the overnight hours of Sunday, that's where you start to see some heavier rain. Thankfully, no severe weather threat with this one, but we're still going to see a pretty widespread amount of rain for Sunday night into Monday morning. As we head into Monday morning, our southeast counties are going to be the ones really getting hit by this rain, but it's going to quickly move out. All the winter weather is staying north, but the cold air will be reinforced. When I tell you we're going on a roller coaster, we're going up to the 60s and then back down into the 50s by the time we head towards the midweek. So below to near normal temperatures for the next 6 to 10 days beyond this forecast, right? But for right now, 40s for today, 50s tomorrow, climbing the roller coaster to the top, 60s on Sunday, then dropping back down to the 50s as we head into the midweek next week. At least 5 to 7 days, we'll have plenty of sunshine, and we only have to deal with rain for Sunday and Monday. Cold weather seems to stay with us for the next 7 days and beyond. We're back after the break.